Winter mornings have a way of asking less of us. The air feels quieter somehow, like it's not rushing to become anything yet. It's just here. And if you let yourself slow down enough, it feels like it's inviting you to do the same. There's something grounding about feeling the cold wake you up. Proof that you're here, you're present, you're part of the morning, whether you've figured the day out yet or not. There's a particular stillness to Christmas mornings. Not the loud, exciting kind, but the kind that feels almost sacred. The kind where the world seems to pause long enough for you to hear yourself think, or maybe even stop thinking altogether. I used to feel like moments like this needed explaining. Like I had to justify slowing down or prove that rest was earned somehow. But the older I get, the more I realize that rest doesn't ask for permission, especially this time of year. This is the season that reminds me we aren't meant to stay switched on all the time. Even nature knows when to pull inward. These slow mornings are how I tend myself, not in big dramatic ways, but in small, ordinary ones. If you've watched this and wondering why something so simple matters, why candles, why quiet, why sitting still, I just hope that it reminds you that tending yourself doesn't need to look productive to be meaningful. Sometimes the most faithful thing you can do is rest when the world rests and trust that it's enough. I'm baking a cozy pumpkin cake today, one of those simple, comforting recipes that just feels right this time of year. I didn't film the whole process here, but if you'd like to slow down and bake along with me, I've shared the recipe in its entirety over on my Patreon. I have a growing little collection of Bake With Me videos there, just cozy, unhurried recipes made for quiet days and softer moments. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, I'd truly love to have you there. Every so often, our quiet routines stretch outward, just a little beyond home, and today we're experiencing one of those moments. So we started the day with grocery shopping, thanks to my kind brother-in-law who gives us a Costco membership every Christmas, which honestly feels like one of those very adult gifts that you don't fully appreciate until you're standing in an aisle thinking, wow, this really is love. Lunch was next, and P.F. Chang's, a place we somehow didn't realize we were obsessed with until recently, and now this is our second visit, which feels like a very official declaration. After lunch, we wandered through IKEA to walk it off, which feels like a universal experience at this point. You don't really go to IKEA. You drift, you recover, you rethink your life choices, and then you leave. And before heading home, we of course had to stop at one of our favorite places, Sipper's Coffee House. It's a faith-run, warm, familiar kind of place that feels like a small pause before returning to the rest of the day. There's a kind of care that doesn't look like growth. It doesn't produce anything right away. It doesn't offer proof. This time of year, the garden asks for a different kind of tending. Not watering, not harvesting, just covering, protecting, trusting. As I tuck the plants in for the night, I'm always struck by how much life continues unseen. Everything looks still, quiet, finished, but underneath there's so much happening that I'll never witness. Winter teaches me this lesson every year, that rest isn't the absence of life. It's life gathering itself, preparing and waiting. I think we struggle with that idea sometimes that something meaningful could be happening even when we can't see it, that we could step back and trust the process instead of managing every outcome. Covering the garden feels like an act of faith. You do what you can, you offer warmth, and then you let go. Maybe that's what this season is asking of us too. To rest without proof, to trust what's growing quietly beneath the surface, and to believe that stillness is not stagnation, but a necessary pause before renewal. As winter settles in, I love bringing a little extra warmth into the bedroom. It's a small ritual in December that grounds me in simple comforts. I'd love to take a moment to recognize today's sponsor, Her Nest. I've been slowly adding a few winter touches around the cottage, softer layers, warmer textures, and little details that make the season feel extra cozy. This solid wood nightstand is by Her Nest, and I love how timeless and grounding it feels in our bedroom. Their passion for craftsmanship and thoughtful design really resonates with me, especially when it comes to creating spaces that feel warm, lived in, and emotionally connected. It's become such a natural part of our everyday rhythms here in the cottage. And I'll leave her nest linked below if you'd like to explore more of their pieces. Hi friends! I just wanted to pop on here and say hello to you all. This is actually the week of Christmas, and it's such a quiet and reflective time, a very beautiful and peaceful time of the year. It finally feels like everything is beginning to exhale a little bit as we draw to a close of this year, and I just really hope that for all of you it's been a beautiful year and that it's just had many moments that you can cherish going forward into 2026. I've been leaning into slower rhythms, appreciating simple joys around the cottage, just kind of letting winter set its new pace instead of trying to rush things. And it feels really grounding to be back home. And this past weekend, I finished my last market for the year. I have a lot of exciting new things for 2026 that I want to do. I actually feel like a whole new chapter will be opening up for this channel and just for my business and for a lot of things. But for right now, I'm just trying to take it easy and just settle in, make sure that I don't let any chaos, either externally or internally, distract me from what is truly important, and that Jesus is truly the reason for the season. I'm trying to lean into that beautiful story, the true meaning of Christmas. But I thought now that I'm finished decorating my bedside corner here, I'd step outside. It's just a beautiful sunny day. The weather has been a little bit warmer, so I thought this would be a perfect time to go outside into the garden and just soak up a bit of nature. So come on out and we will together see what we can get up to. Golden hour has a way of making everything feel a little more possible, even in winter, even when the garden looks quiet. I was gifted this bistro set from Vago Garden, and I couldn't wait to bring it out. It's simple, linen colored, and folds up easily, the kind of piece that feels like it belongs wherever you decide to place it. I never would have guessed I'd become someone who looks for places to sit in the garden, or someone who thinks about where the light falls in the afternoon, or someone already imagining spring, while winter is still very much here. But I think it's one of those gifts of tending something over time. You start to see forward, not in a rushed way, but with hope. One of my favorite things about this set is that I can move it around. So naturally, I had to try it out amidst my garden bed. I love this part of the day when the light begins to soften and everything feels a little less urgent. There's no rush to be anywhere else, no sense that something is missing. I don't think I've ever shared this before, but making an iced matcha latte like this one has become one of my favorite little rituals, especially in the afternoons. It feels grounding somehow. Simple, steady, familiar. I love the whole process. I wanted to get this one made so that I could take it outside with me and just find a quiet place beneath the trees. I set my bistro table up in this little spot. It's just kind of one you don't plan. You just notice it and suddenly you're there. And this is truly what contentment feels like to me. Before I go, I just want to say thank you, especially to my Patreon community who was able to watch this video early. Your support truly means more to me than I can put into words, and I want to give a special thank you to Glory. Your kindness and encouragement never go unnoticed, and I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for spending these quiet December moments with me, and I hope you're able to find a little rest wherever you are today. And maybe just stay a little while longer too. See you next time.